If you're feeling stuck in practice, you're in the right place. Have you ever asked yourself this question? I want to double my revenues, but half my working schedule. If that sounds impossible, stay tuned because in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to do it step by step. I'm going to go over the number one thing they don't teach you in chiropractic school. And I'm going to show you the very things that are wasting your time and sucking your energy. And most importantly, I'm going to show you how to build a team-driven practice that's going to help you build the practice of your dreams. Okay, so let's dive in. The number one thing they do not teach you in chiropractic school is how to track and analyze your data. Think about this. You spent hundreds of thousands of dollars, 8 years of your life, blood, sweat, and tears building your skill set and how to heal patients. And it's paying off. But you could be reaching so much more of your patient population if you knew how to scale a business, and that comes down to tracking and analyzing your data. And when we dive into that, we have found that working with practices, if we can identify their prime mover, the one thing that if we can focus on, it changes everything. For example, we were working with a practice just the other day, and as we were analyzing their data, we found their prime mover by looking at a beautiful dashboard that pulled out the one thing that was struggling and creating a domino effect in their practice, and it was their new patient show rate. It was struggling at 50%. That meant 50% of those appointments were wasted hours, wasted time that they could have been generating and changing patients' lives, but instead they were just sitting around and spending their time doing chart notes and cleaning up the office. We want to shorten that gap. We want to stop that wasted time, so they put in some pretty simple procedures, some tweaks that by improving those things, it improved that show rate to 75%. That one thing in 1 month generated an extra $20,000 that next month. Can you imagine that? In 1 month, turning $20,000 from tweaking one data point. And that's why we call it the prime mover. So you're probably thinking to yourself, what is my prime mover? What is the one thing that if I could change, it would change everything in my practice? Comment below, share that with us. Let's engage in a conversation and maybe I can help you find yours. Because if you found that, that's how you now begin to double your profits in half the time. Now that you understand the prime mover, I really want you to start focusing on how do we remove wasted time? How do we remove things from your life that are sucking your energy? And that means we need to get the team focused. Stephen Covey talks about in his book, 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, about the concept of synergy. That's when one and one coming together actually has a multiplier effect of creating 3, not 2. And this has everything to do with focus. We want to use the prime mover to synergize your team with complete focused and focused sprints. Think about this. Most of the time, your team's coming into the practice and they're getting caught up in what we call the daily whirlwind. This is the daily work of answering phones and doing insurance verifications and handling patients that are coming through the doors. But what if they came in and knew the one thing that they needed to focus on above everything else? And in a sprint, a 14-day, a 30-day sprint where all of you were focused on that prime mover. That is the thing that as we focus, we remove those obstacles. We remove the things that keep stepping in to suck your time and energy, and you become more effective. Those minds coming together and focus unlocks power, potential for you to actually complete your daily work. And as your team is moving that work forward and talking about it daily and then weekly, and you're focused towards the goal, as you get closer to that, your team actually gets excited. It generates energy in the practice instead of sucking your energy. And it's that energy that if you can capture and execute on, you will actually accomplish more in less time. And that is the power of focus. So before I share with you step number 3, which is building this amazing team, I want you to subscribe to this channel. Hit the like button. Hit the notifications button, turn it on so you don't miss a single great content that we're releasing day after day, week after week. And I want you to share this channel with your fellow chiropractors. We need to come together as a community. We need to build a community of successful practices because then we can impact more patients in our population and spread the incredible word of chiropractic. So hit that button and share this channel. All right, guys, are you ready for step 3? This is building that team-driven practice, and the reality is that we can't do it on our own. We need team. We need A players in the house that are showing up with all of their energy to support your mission, your vision of changing these patients' lives. And we do this by properly incentivizing your team. Now, we all know how powerful a bonus system can be, but this is beyond the bonus system. This is now focusing on that prime mover and setting a clear goal, a time frame that we're going to accomplish this. And working with this practice that we identified that their new patient show rate was only 50%, we actually set a goal for 90 days to get that up to 75%. That's the way to set a clear goal and a clear reward for the team where they can come together and celebrate. And guess what? It didn't take 90 days. It only took 30 days. And they didn't wait 90 days to celebrate. They celebrated the second they hit that goal. They went to dinner with their team. They celebrated with their families. And it brings a culture, a community. It brings gamification to your practice because people like games, right? We like to know the rules of the games. We actually really enjoy working on strategy, and this is what you're unlocking within your team. A players want to solve problems. They just need to know the rules of your game. They just need to know that if they accomplish this, what are we going to do to celebrate and be acknowledged for the work that we put in? So these are the 3 steps. We want to find that prime mover. We want to get really clear and intentional on our focus by unlocking the synergy of the team and the minds coming together to focus on that. And then we want to incentivize that team by setting clear goals and a clear time frame where we're going to celebrate by accomplishing that. This is how we do more in less time. This is how we actually create more energy and power within your practice to change more patients' lives. And if you will do that, you will find yourself actually getting more done. You will find yourself actually being able to scale down the schedule and your own time to be able to spend on your hobbies and your family and the other things that you love to spend your time doing. This is the community that you're becoming a part of. This is the data-driven practice. And so if this content's resonating with you, we built this channel for you. If you're a chiropractor struggling to hit 7 figures or you're just flat out burned out, we have an opportunity to ignite your energy, to refocus you and your team with what we call the Turn Your Data into Dollars. It's a challenge over 10 days where we're going to take you through step by step how to use organic data to test your messaging, how to fill a workshop and actually turn your data into 6 figures. Join us for that challenge, sign up with the link below, and come be a part of our community where we are going to help you break through your barriers that you never thought possible.